Welcome to the NBA moment.
On the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player, but this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
To the ground. He's got it again. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He looks that one in nicely. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
The Buckeyes have this offense rolling. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Gets away from one, finds some space. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
Welcome, and thank you for choosing freeconferencecall.com. You're helping people around the world communicate for free. Please enter your access code followed by the pound or hash sign.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
You entered 56065. If this is correct, press 1. To re-enter, there are 2 participants in the conference.
They'll give him a couple that leads.
Please announce yourself.
Mike, yeah, 18.
Love being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good.
Mike, you need you over right now. Wait, no, try and kill.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes.
I'm gonna do that.
Playing quarterback, I'll tell you that.
All right.
It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Trying to get to it. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Beebe. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one.
It's the game tonight. Of course. Minnesota, they should be coming on now.
Here comes that Alabama offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to
I ain't gonna watch this second half on my watch. Second half.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are. Just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7.
What I'm saying, I wait to see the blowout. Watch out.
Keep it on the ground. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
So anyway, I'm gonna stop my team on these. But man, it's come to my attention, so I said, because you know initially, it was being said that Ty was the one that was asking the kids if I was recruiting them. And then it brought to my attention.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period.
Any one of them tell y'all yet?
Takes the handoff. It's Young. He's knocked down in the backfield.
I ain't asked nobody either.
This is just doing them a lot. I was just going by what I thought.
Gets the running back before.
I just thought he talking to him. Yeah, that's all I thought. That's all I could assume. So, Ty was on there, man. Hold on, let me check again.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Tucker. He's got his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And I don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40.
Stop.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play call.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now, just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown.
The only name I got,
and just keep moving the ball down the field, just execute a little bit better in the red zone.
Coach Willis was
panic. We're moving the football,
saying something.
and we got
Hold
the
on,
lead.
break my dad call. Hold on.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. The Buckeyes want to move quickly.
So, yeah, it came to my attention that it got back to Coach Willis through the question that I was asking.
On 3rd and long,
That's why I was so mad at Ty, because I was standing right beside Kevin.
And
I was standing right beside Kevin. And so Willie saw him. And Willie didn't even know I was right beside Kevin. He was asking Kevin
And once he got
if
loose,
I
it was all over.
And when Kevin told him no, and he kept on trying to hurt Kevin into saying I was. I guess they could get some like. But when I was talking to the boys, Vaughn and Kevin was hurt.
Did a nice job
Vaughn and Kevin was actually
early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough
not once did I
grab.
ever
That is
say
the definition of
I want y'all to
explosive
come
play.
to neither one of them.
And with the
And
extra point
the
there,
morning
now by a
that Monday when I had to
touchdown
have
field goal
Stella,
at 10. We
it
check in with
Monday
Kevin
evening.
Connors.
I
What's
was
going on,
supposed to bring
Kevin?
up the
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's
But I told
happening
the
in
same
this
Monday
exciting
because it
college
had
football game.
I got that already.
Penn State has the
And-
lead
and
right
when
now
Brian-
inside Beaver
Hey!
Stadium, but it hasn't come easy.
And when
They're in a
Bohannon
tight
had
one.
walked by in
They're
first
up by
period
4
and saw me
over
talking
Kimball.
to
Any big developments in this one,
can't
we've
go
got you
stupid
covered
ass
with the
up.
best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the
When he
update
talked
on that
about
one,
Kevin
Kevin. Let us
Mack.
know when it goes final.
Hold
The
on, hold
Tide
on.
offense rolls onto the
Oh,
field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an
all right.
offensive
So
shootout.
he walked by that morning and saw me talk to them, and then after he walked by, he was just walked by and saw me talking to them. So I was telling both of them
And I think you're used to
that
that.
I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement today.
Football is so fast-paced
that
now,
I
you
was gonna
score
be
so quickly. It's not that
pleased.
big of a deal to get down 10. You keep
Well,
doing you, keep being aggressive.
They took that as they thought I was talking to the boys about coming with me.
Looking for room. It's Young.
Now once,
Squirts across the 30
hold
to
on.
the 32. A pickup of 5.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not
Close
excited.
the door.
The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you
All right, I'm
tackle
ready to
my
tie
back,
in.
making you feel the physicality of the football
so yeah,
game
we on time.
throughout. So
And
you
so,
get tired and get worn down.
that's when it got back.
Faced with a
The
third
Smith
and
Bohannon
short
when
from
they
their
called
own
for them,
32
I was
to keep this drive
trying to
alive.
recruit Kevin in that. And I was just telling them that I
They'll
was
try to
going to wait
pick up
until
the
the team
first
that
through
day,
the air.
that I wasn't going to wait till tomorrow.
And this is going to be
And so
incomplete on
then,
third.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just
Even
looking
they
for a
called
quick
Kevin,
hitter. You're
and
trying to get
Kevin
the ball out of your hand
followed
quickly,
the
but the
two
timing
him, and Kevin
completely
told him
off
no.
there for the offense, and the ball falls in.
and he kept on trying to ask Kevin if I was.
Alabama
I
will
said,
bring
no.
the punt team on the
He
field.
said no. So then, when I got down to the indoor that day, waiting on school to end, and then he lied to the other lineman. They used to go, we took that talking.
He
And word
gets out
that
to
got
the
now
34-yard
that,
line before he stopped,
I
and
was
that's where
asking
the
players.
offense will set up shop.
and specifically, Vaughn, KG, Kevin, and Matt. Yeah, Vaughn, KG, Kevin, and Matt. And so I called each one of them in the office with Elijah right there.
Now the offense
And I
will
asked them
come
all
onto
if I was
the field
shooting them.
again.
All of them said no. And so I said, so then Kenny P said, I asked Kenny P if he knew I was leaving or not. And so he said he didn't know
Give
for
to the
sure he
running
had
back.
heard. And I said, how you hear? He said, so
Trying
Pat
to fight his
called me
way
this
through
morning.
that tackle, but he's brought down.
And he asked me
That's a great
if I was
individual
going
play, and I
or
love
if
cornerbacks that
I
don't
had
just
talked
take
to
pride
him
in covering guys. I like
about
guys that
leaving
like to
with
put
me.
their face in the fan and affect the running
I said,
game.
Kenny P,
This
have I
dude
talked
is
to you? He said,
physical,
nope.
and he impacts the defense because of it.
And
And
those
so
guys are really
that's
hard
why I
to
come out
find.
with
A
the
lot of
top
corners, they're
because
smaller. They don't
when
want
the
any
name
part
brought up,
of the
but then it
physical
was brought
run
up
game.
to me
Nice
today
job sticking his
that,
face in
that
there,
all y'all
setting
was
the edge,
asking the
making
kids
the tackle.
if I was asking them to go.
Well, I
And
don't
I'm
talk.
like, why would
They
they
got
ask kids
nothing
not
on the
asking me?
last play.
Well,
It's
I don't
second
talk to
and
the
10.
kids like that after school or whatever. I ain't even got their numbers.
So that's what was said that y'all was asking them. And then it also came
They'll
back.
run it out of the shotgun.
Then it also came back today that I
At the 45,
said y'all couldn't coach. That's why I come in and take
all
y'all with
kinds
me.
of running room.
I ain't never said no shit like that
Inside the
ever to
10.
nobody. I would never downplay y'all like that.
No, I
The question was asked to me.
Touchdown, Buckeyes.
I hadn't heard nothing about that either, though. I hadn't heard nothing about you saying we couldn't coach either.
They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
When they get back to me today, that's why I kept on that text. I'm like, because I didn't know who could go with me first. And now I find out that I could have brought 3 with me. Now I could have got 1 spot left. And when they asked me, when the folks asked me why come y'all wasn't coming, I said, well, for 13 months, I've been telling every coach to get stuff together, and they
with
had
the extra point, they
Which is
now
true.
have a 3-possession
right?
lead at
And
17.
then they asked me who
About
gonna take
to
over.
kick it away after
And I
scoring
said, well,
the
I told
touchdown.
Wilkins. then they asked me if anybody was ready on the staff to be a head coach. And I said, no, I don't think they're ready to be a head coach, but one of them going to be the head coach. Well, you know why they ain't ready? Because they haven't been the coaches long enough to be in that position to lead a high school team. Right? I wasn't lying. You know, I wasn't fabricating.
But who asked you that?
Well, I got a phone call today, man. So I don't want to say who asked me that, but it came to me that y'all were saying that I was asking the kids who was leaving, and then they also asked me about were y'all ready and who was coming, this and that.
I know we just gave up some points,
and
defense hasn't played
they asked me if I had said those things. And I said, man, what I would say
No
to
doubt, lots of
them,
football
I would
to go,
say
but
to
you do
all
get
of
the
them,
feeling this is the time
I'm
of
not
the
going
game
behind their
where,
back.
you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden
I've
they get
always
the ball
been
back,
straight
they
up with
take it down
y'all,
the field and put
and
some
you know,
points
I
up.
left
This
good
thing
if I
might be
left, I
over.
thought,
So
well, I know, I ain't
absolutely,
gonna
this
say I thought,
quarterback, he
I
wants to
know
drive
that
this
all of us
offense
were
down
cool
the field and at
and
least
are
put
cool,
something on the board.
and I wish y'all nothing but the best. And so I wouldn't talk about y'all because I told Mike, I said I could have a couple of spots next year if I don't like what I have here at Jacksonville now. My AD told me I have the authority to release the coach. Just let him know.
Well, the most insightful analysis
And
I
so,
can come up with on that
unlike
that
down there
board,
for a city,
back to the drawing board to
where
see if there's something that
she
works
won't
a
let
little
you do
better.
that, I have the authority to do that here in Jacksonville.
Davis, that was very
So why would I say that y'all can't coach? Yes, I could possibly bring some of y'all with me next year. That just don't make sense.
Lost one on that last
So I
one
wanted
at
to
second
address that
and
with
11.
y'all to let y'all know that if y'all did hear that type of stuff,
Wide receiver now comes
I'm
in
telling y'all
motion.
what I said directly. I never said y'all couldn't coach or didn't know the things y'all were doing. I ain't never said that to nobody.
Looking to pass. It's Tucker.
So I wanted to address that.
I'm gonna let the only problem that I have
And
is some
he's
of the
wrapped
kids
up
that's
after a
moving
solid
before
return on the pick.
coaches
And that's
move.
why as quarterbacks,
And
you
then
cannot
I
take
had found
off
out
the
that you
pass.
got
You
mad
cannot
at Mike
stare
telling
down
me
your receivers
that
because
we
these
should
defenders,
already
they're
be.
watching it. And that defender knew
That's
exactly
what
where he
I'm
was
saying.
going with that football, and that's why he
Well,
went
think about this, and you're right, and I can respect that. But at that point, see, I didn't think I was going to take the job. I didn't think I was because I knew what I had.
Here comes the Ohio State offense
With that
onto the
team.
field. This
And so
offense
I didn't
has
want to get
really
nobody
been
up in
clicking
arms
in the
about
game
it
so far,
because
Jesse.
No doubt.
I didn't want y'all to think, well, he got one foot in and one foot out.
These
I
guys
had a
offensively
time where I
have
was
been
going
able
to
to
tell
go
y'all
out
what
and
it's going to
execute
be
better.
Yeah,
that
it's just
Monday because I
maintaining
wasn't
the lead.
supposed to.
Keep doing what
They
you've
was going
been
to put
doing.
me
You
in
got a
Monday
big
night.
lead. Let's just keep piling it on
Okay,
until
I
they
was going to
find
tell
an
y'all
answer.
that Monday after
I'll
school,
tell
we
you,
wasn't
this
even
is a
work out and
running
have
back
practice.
who's very,
I was
very
going to tell
dangerous.
y'all,
Now, the
okay,
defense did a good
this,
job
this, and
getting him
that.
down
It
there,
had nothing to
but
do with
they got to
football.
do a great
It all
job
had
gang
to do with
tackling
Hardy.
because this is a guy that
And
can
then
break
when I
tackles
really
and turn
found
those
out that I
types
was
of
going to
plays
go,
into home
and I found
runs.
out Hardy was going to fire me anyway. He had drew the papers up. So at that point, I wasn't going to be there anyway. So I wasn't looking to leave. Jacksonville called me and say I was fucking suspended. And so I had a time where I was going to kill all y'all at the same time because I even told Wilkins that Monday morning when I heard he knew.
On second down, looking again
And it was
to
never
throw.
going to be a good time or a right time to tell
end.
y'all that
Finally
y'all
run
head
out
coach
of
is
bounds, but
leaving.
he has
But
this
that lady
offense
just wouldn't leave me
rolling with a
alone.
first down.
And just so y'all know this shit, he done called Jacksonville superintendent like 8 times.
Because of his ability
Trying to
after
hate
the
on
catch.
me.
It's so
He
unique
told me
and
the whole
special.
story.
He is
He called that
dominant in
man
this
over and
offense.
over and over
From
and over
inside the
again.
40
And
at the
even sent the
37, it's
email
first down.
that I sent her my resignation letter to her and the board. Then she gonna send me an email a couple days ago saying that she accepted my resignation and best wishes. I didn't respond to that motherfucker.
Looking to throw, it's Nolan.
But then she gets y'all in the meeting, y'all don't mess
He's
with her.
got it down the middle.
Then
They
you
stopped
messing
him
with me.
just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second
That's why I
down
told them I
here.
can't wait for the hearing next month. So it wasn't no messy shit going on in my part
They'll
of
leave
y'all.
it with him.
I just want y'all to know because y'all was hearing that I said something bad about y'all. I ain't still worried about that.
And he'll finish the run and the end zone.
that you said right there, man. Like I said, that was the only time that I had. That was it.
Yeah, I can respect it. That's the same way with the film. But if, I had to. The final confirmation really was when I heard she had drew papers up to meet with me on that Wednesday or Thursday last day of school, or a day before to go ahead and talk to me about firing me just before school.
Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays.
So that's
27-yard touchdown run.
I was probably gonna go, but that was like my for sure.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25.
Yeah, and then I don't think I told y'all what Coach Willis said when he met with me that day y'all was leaving. Y'all started talking. He was pretty much telling me that if I didn't withdraw my hearing, that it wasn't going to be good for me.
This is a good time to start.
Sense of
And
urgency
he told my wife we got to ride home.
feeling at this point of the game, David.
That's why I sent y'all that letter that was
the defense needs to get stops,
ready.
but at this point,
The resignation letter, y'all got it? Y'all, I think y'all ready.
Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions.
Yeah,
everything to kind of go your way.
I read a little bit. I've been cutting in and out a little bit. But I did a little bit. He ain't really tricky, but, I heard from a good friend. And then he said exactly what he said. He heard from a friend that you kind of downplaying the coaching abilities as far as why you ain't taking and stuff.
I never said that. And I put that on my kids, bro. I never downplayed y'all. All I said was paperwork. But people don't say what they want to say about me because they hate it. They hate the fact that I moved up so fast. It's high school coaches right now, man. Because I got Jacksonville job. We've been looking for jobs for 5, 10 years. So people don't say whatever about me. But I ain't never downplayed man one of y'all. Help to nobody as far as game coach.
But yeah, so but at the same time, I wouldn't have told nobody that.
At the 35, he's open.
You know what I'm saying?
He's at the 10.
Opportunity.
Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Right, but
And the
again,
is on.
it's being in this spot and the head spot. I think that, I think that y'all would need a couple more years to understand how this shit, because it's more than just causing play. It's more than that shit. It's the other shit you got to deal with. Like even right now in Jacksonville, I had to fire a coach at my first game. They put me in charge of firing the coach I didn't even know.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors.
You know what I'm saying? And I just think back to what Coach Kevin said the other day. This is what Coach Kevin said the other day. And he was like, when we sit in my office, me and Kevin, and remember when Kevin said that these kids don't listen if I ain't there, and I paraphrase. You know what he said?
Yeah, so they respect you a little bit more than they respect us, so they can't listen to you.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead. Good job.
Yeah, and so that's one of the reasons is that so things should go the same way it goes when I'm there. And if I tell them something and y'all tell them something, it should be the same thing. And I did notice that when y'all said things, they didn't really follow through. That's because
That's exactly what you do in zone coverage.
I think I know where you're going with it, but I think, and the reason I ain't saying that what Kevin said, I think the way I look at it is they respect the title. Boy, these kids ain't stupid. They know, you know what I'm saying? They know what's going on. And they know
back to pass, it's Tucker. He's going up top.
You know, they know they ain't going to go through.
I just said, hold on, folks, they come my wife from here. Who want to say something?
Hey, what I was going to tell y'all was when he was initially, when they first came to him with Jacksonville with that offer, he was torn, he was depressed because he didn't want to take the offer. But when he decided, he kept asking me after she made him stay home, and he was supposed to come back the next day, and he was like, no, it's wait till Friday. And when he went in there on Friday, and she drew up those papers and said she was switching him from with pay to no pay, 2 days at home with no pay. And we asked her about it. Like, she was really acting, that's my swear word, but she was really acting like a bitch. And then she even yelled at him, and he has recorded, like, and if it wasn't for the fact that I was trying to make sure that I had a job, I would have cussed her out. But I couldn't say anything besides try to keep Reggie from being outrageous with her, because in a professional setting, you just can't do that. And so I just got her with the paperwork. And when I noticed the flaw, I mentioned it to her. And she had every excuse in the world as to why whatever that flaw was, why it wasn't done. And when he decided to take the offer with Jacksonville, and there was after Coach Willis had called, after he talked to Coach Willis, then Coach Willis called him on the phone, and Coach Willis started talking to me. And Coach Willis was really trying to get me to convince Reggie to pull back the hearing, request. And he was saying stuff like, it's going to be hard for you if you don't cancel that hearing, and he loves your wife, and he was like, he really loves your wife, and I had plans for her, and stuff like that. But here's my thing, it was all day, because he did not even pick me to do summer school or nothing, and I had applied for it in interview school, and I did not get picked. Well, and I told Reggie, I said, if you don't pick me for summer school, it's full of shit. She didn't pick me, so that's when I said, no, she's full of shit. We're not going to pull back the hearing, and we're going to put all these things, we're going to revise this and I said, if you're going to put a list of things in your resignation letter, you're going to go hardcore and get everything, and they're going to leave nothing out. Because, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You said your wife didn't hire you for something?
No. She didn't tell. No.
This side talking. I'm just asking.
Give to the back.
Mm-hmm. No, she didn't tell me. She didn't even tell me. She did not even tell me that I wasn't hired. She never even gave me an email, but everybody else found that they teach summer school. And my thing is, I'm the one in that school. I'm the one in that school that go around training teachers.
Then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense is first got to stop the run game.
But she did not teach me for summer school, which was a slap in my face. She didn't even pick Red for even for the intern for the students. Look, Reggie, he applied to be an intern for the students. He had all the qualifications, and even Denise was like he was a perfect candidate. They interviewed him and everything, and they did not pick him. And didn't even follow him up with an email as to why. And I asked Mr. Mitchell why he didn't get picked. He said, no, it wasn't. It's not because of your husband. Well, why did you say that? Because I didn't say that. I just asked you why. I just asked you why. And so she didn't pick Reggie to do summer school with the students, interns, and she didn't pick me, and it's all because she doesn't like Reggie. She's a hater. And it really pissed me off, because I think she's really mad at me, because I sat up there in that hearing in the meeting with Reggie, and kept saying stuff like, I made her be more clear on the things that she was saying. And I was trying to clarify.
From the gun, running back gets
they
the
didn't
give.
all play in them. They tried to keep her out.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles into the ground.
And I had her to clarify everything that she said. And then like initially when she was saying that he wasn't supposed to post anything on social media, well, I asked her, she had said that nobody was going to be
third down, and the line to gain is to 36.
I said, everybody posts on social media. Like, everybody posted. So I said he only posted what everybody else posted. And I said, and then you all said you were going to create an individual improvement plan for him in January, whereas he never did it. So where is it? And she said, oh, Coach Willis was supposed to do that. But it's not done. And I said, had it been done, then this could have resolved a lot of issues. There wouldn't have been a coach, because he was known to do the adult along with everybody else in the school. And so I think she didn't like that. But, Coach Reggie, when he decided to accept the position at Jacksonville, I kept saying to him, don't say nothing. I was the main one in his ear telling him, don't tell none of y'all. I said, don't tell anyone until it's voted on.
And the defense
Because you
stops
don't
him
tell
just
people
short
something
of the
until it's
first down.
secure.
Maybe needed a
And I
little
said,
more
don't
chain
tell your
links to
coaches
move the
yet
sticks.
until it's voted on.
Man, when I
Don't
can
tell
run the
anyone.
football like
But
that on
then
first
other
down
people
and
still
create
found out.
second and inches
And
and stay way
that's
ahead
how
of the sticks
y'all
and
started
be in
finding
a
out.
position now
But
where I
in
can
his
throw the
executive
football
letter,
or
he had
run,
even
I will
included
have a
where
lot of
each one of
success on
y'all
the
could be.
offensive
Like
side of
he
the
had
ball.
outlined where everybody's position. And he said in
The
order,
Buckeyes
he
look
said
to
in
do
order
some
for
damage in the
them to
red
get a
zone.
student, it would be best if we continued having this person in this spot. He had everybody outlined and where they should be, and all of y'all had a spot. Every last one of y'all had a spot, and he said he would suggest Wilkins be the interim coach, head coach, and he named every last one of y'all with a spot.
They do it right there
Yep.
on the quarterback sneak.
Like I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Yeah. No.
No.
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10.
He took it out. It was in there initially, and then I said, first of all, it was two reasons. One reason I said, well, you sure if you miss all of them, he's probably not going to pick them because you suggested it. And then he was like, well, I'm going to put it in there anyway, just so the board can see it.
And
So
a
if
nice
he
job by the running back
did not
finding
them,
space,
then that'll
getting
look bad on
downhill,
track.
making
That's
a
what he
good
said.
run. Great job of finishing with his
The
pass.
day that Monday when Coach Kick from Jacksonville contacted him and said that Coach Willis said that he was recruiting, and then it got back that they said that Ty was the one who was asking the boys if he was recruiting them, and Coach Wilkins said he had also heard he was recruiting. He was not recruiting them. So then he said, well, since they come in, they think I'm recruiting their kids, and I'm not. He was like, then I'm just let them figure it out. And then he took it all out. He took it out. But it was in there initially. Because I asked him, I said, she's not going to pick them if she know it came from you. But he still had it in there until they started saying that he was recruiting those boys. And I was like, well, what would make Tyler think? I said, what would make Tyler think that you want to recruit these boys?
Now
Like,
facing
where
a
are you going to
third
live? They
down
ain't
as they
going to live
line
with us.
up after the break.
So let me say this. I didn't start no room. I had one person. I didn't start no room. The room, I didn't start no room. Just go ahead. I didn't start no room, but go ahead.
They'll try to run for it.
I was so naked, I said, who they going to take
And
with?
this defense
Because I
has
wouldn't
its
even let
work
none of them
cut
come
out
stay
to
with us
get this
last
dude
summer.
on the
When he
ground.
wanted
He
them to
was
come stay with
shedding
us
serious
for
tackles on his way to
to go
pick
to
up the
some of
first.
those
And if it
some of those
ain't
things. I
broke,
said, they
don't
not
fix
stay
it.
with
Just
us.
keep
Now, what's
running the
not
football.
in
Everything is going according to
is
plan
what I
right now.
told
They've
him.
been able to stay
And I
on the
said,
field. They put
because
some
number
nice
one,
plays
is
together
on the
back to
videos
back to
and stuff
back,
like that,
and
the
they're
training
bleeding the
videos were
clock. This is
teaching
exactly what
against
you
ethics.
practice for
And they can't
situations
stay
like
with us.
this.
And I
Just
said,
keep
I
doing
don't
what you're
teach
doing.
there, that's against ethics. And I said, they can't stay with us. And so they wouldn't want to be staying with us. And these boys barely come to class. Like, a lot of these kids, they don't even come to
A
school.
first down run
So
on the
that would
doorstep.
be crazy to
Touchdown,
try to
Ohio
recruit some
State.
boys to come
And
to
the
Jacksonville
punishment
when they
has been
already struggle
extended.
going to class in Fort
They
City. Like,
tackle
where would they
Moore
stay?
on
They
his
wouldn't have
way,
a
and
place to
they're
stay.
on their
Their
way to a
parents
3-0
definitely not going to
start.
up and move
Man,
to
this has been a
Jacksonville
complete
for their
performance. The
child to
defense
go
has
and play
been
football
lights
like
out,
that's
and the offense
insane.
obviously
And
just
so
continues
Reggie
to
was like,
roll
well, you
on.
know what?
This
Said,
is
I
what you call
Reggie was
having
hurt.
a great
And
day.
he was like, I
Putting it
can't
all
believe, he was
together,
like,
offense,
I
defense,
brought all of them
complimentary
there,
football.
And
to
with the
coach. And he
extra
was like,
point,
so
the
I just
lead
can't
is
believe that
even
they would
bigger.
actually go behind my back
75
and
yards on the
start
first
asking
down
kids if
drive.
I'm recruiting them and
And
got
he
Coach
got
Willis
into the
calling
house
saying
with a
I'm
60 to
recruiting.
finish it.
And the same thing with Dr. Harder. She called the superintendent, said that he was recruiting and that she got word that he was
Bounces
recruiting
through
the
the end
boys
zone.
and
It's a
stuff
touchback. They'll bring it out to the
I mean, it was
25.
just crazy. And the superintendent was like, he wasn't messed up at it because he was like, for her to be calling, for the AD to be calling, he said they hurt. He said they hurt because they didn't think he was going to leave.
I had y'all back. The whole time I had y'all back. That's why
The Tide offense rolls
I had
onto the
put
field.
I had put in there. Who should be what? Keep the same coach staff.
They're going to throw it to start the drive.
You want them?
Fires to the right. Got his man downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be
another
first
thing.
down.
that day at
The
the
offense has
school,
struggled.
that
They're not
Monday at
going
the
to win
school,
this
when he
game,
was
but
talking to
trust
Kevin
me,
and
this
all
coaching
of them
staff
and
is
telling them he was
still
leaving,
trying
Kevin
to
was about to
find
cry.
things to
And
build
he
off
was
of
hallway, and
for
I said,
next
Kevin,
week. And after an
I said,
explosive
Kevin,
play like
I said,
that,
you're going to
maybe
be
they can
okay.
generate just
I
a
said,
little
you
bit of
already
momentum and
made
gain
your
a
name. You
little bit of
already made your
confidence
name.
that they can
I
keep
said, all
coaching
you
up
do
heading
next
into
year
their
is
next
do
game.
what you've been doing.
Hit
Go
hard
on. I
just
said,
as
you
he
got
released it
offers
on
and just
first
fill
down
out
and just
doing what
couldn't
you've
get it to
been
the
doing.
receiver.
And
And the
he was like,
quarterback
yes,
gets hit
ma'am.
again.
And
We
I said,
already
if
know
you
this
have any
defense has
problems in your
gotten
English
open
class your
multiple
senior
times
year,
in this game. So
you
here
know
you
my
are, you're
number. I
trailing
said,
in the
you
game.
have our
Defense
contact.
knows
Just
you're going to throw
contact
it.
me
They're
and I
pinning
will
their
help
ears
you.
back.
That's what
You
I
can't
told
feel
Kevin.
very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the
Yeah,
quarterback
and
here
then
with time to throw.
even like with the
And the
Purdue,
defense makes the
Kevin
stop
already knew
after a
Purdue was
minimal
coming.
gain.
He knew they were coming
You
on
got to give
Wednesday
this defense
because
credit because they
I
have
said,
bottled
I
this
said
guy
Purdue
up
is
all
coming to
game
see
long.
you
He's one of
on
the best running
Wednesday
backs
to
in all of
sign you
college
because
football.
they had already
Everybody
come
was
a
expecting
couple of
him to
weeks
have a big one
prior to
today.
watch them practice.
Don't tell that to
And I
this
said,
defense, though. They've
Purdue,
played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the
I said
football,
Purdue is
and they have
coming to
been able
sign
to
you
shut him down.
on Wednesday.
He's going
Wednesday
for a big
was they
play
was gonna come.
downfield.
And
Fires
he was
and
like,
picked
for real? And I
off.
was like, yeah. I said, so just do what
Taking
you
it the
do.
other way. He is finally out of bounds, but
And
he
my
was
wife was
smelling
offended
in
on
the
that
end
post.
zone
I
on
ain't even
that
think twice
return.
about it. When she
And
was
it's
there
the
and said what
defensive
she
line
said,
late in the game,
and
man.
she
When
was
you
like,
know
you
it's
know,
passion, you're pinning your ears back,
the
trying to get
hate
to the
going on
quarterback.
for
And
me.
DBs
And then
are trying to do this.
y'all
Have
got
them
people
stats
thinking
and
that
get
Purdue
the
was coming.
INT.
Because I'm telling
Nice
y'all
job
something
by
else.
this team.
Memphis called me, Memphis and UAPB called me Thursday. I was in my office Thursday in Jacksonville. Memphis called me, the O-line coach called me. He was heading down to see
Leaves it with the
y'all
back.
in Fort City, and the UAPB coach came down to see y'all.
And a defender miss. They
And I
make
said, well, I'm
the
not
stop,
there.
and this
So I
running
gave
game
Coach Book
moves
his
the
number.
chains as they
They
get the
both
first down.
said they wouldn't come in there if I
Clock
wasn't
is
there.
my friend. If I can do
Both
this
both
late in the
Memphis
ball
coach,
game with a
the
lead,
O-line
and I can
coach, Coach
continue to
Drager,
run the football,
and the coach
and
of
they have no
UAPB.
answers, well, then I'm going to
And I
walk away
tried
with
to
a
send
win.
them
So
to
listen,
Fort City
I wouldn't
anyway.
change a thing. I keep
UAPB
pounding
coach
the
was
football,
actually there.
keep
I was
running
at
the
the field
clock.
house. I was telling him to come in because I thought he was at Jacksonville coming to see me. He said, no, I'm at Fort City. They would not come
They've
in
got it first
because
and
I
10
was
from the 25. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own.
no, it's okay.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah,
It's
so
going to be tough sledding for
the
the
Memphis
offense
coach
here. They're
thing,
trying to ice this game
I
by
can tell
running
you
the
his name.
football and
I
bleeding
told
the
you
clock.
that.
They've got a pretty good lead here late in the
that's
game,
it.
but the defense knows
He's
the
the
run's
O-line
coming,
coach.
right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage,
They're
getting
next.
stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense
Coach,
does on
Coach
this next
Deal,
one.
D-I-E-H-L. Coach David Deal. And I said both of them will come. I said, he'll be the interim head coach. And I just guessed that Friday, even y'all having that meeting on Friday. And you know what else changed?
They'll try the run.
And so, I told y'all, man, if y'all get y'all stuff together,
Down to the 23.
the next two I can make room. So really talk. You see outside the room, that'd be it, bro. I didn't start no room. I'm gonna tell you that now. I didn't start no room, brother. That's what KC said. I didn't start no room.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal.
didn't start
Let's
no
see how
room.
aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down.
So basically what you're saying is that KT was telling people that because KT is the one who said that you
Wide
called
receiver
him
shows
and was
motion.
asking him that. And that same
Quick
day,
pass on the jet
that
motion.
same day that he
He
said
ended up
called
going
him was the same
backwards on the
day
play, and
that
we will not convert that
Mr.
third down.
Bohannon contacted
Really
Coach
nice
Williamson and
job by
said
the
that Reggie
defense.
was
Understanding
recruiting
the
the boys trying to
situation.
get there.
We know they like to run the touch
They
pass.
contacted
Great
Sting. It was
job
the same day
selling
that
out,
he
seeing
said
it,
you called
bringing
him.
those guys
Hey,
right
man,
down
the same day, but I didn't start no
space,
room. I'm gonna tell you
getting
that
a
now.
fast, speedy wide
Because I ain't
receiver on
gonna
the
do
ground.
nothing on one
Nice
day.
third down
I
stop.
didn't start no room. That's all I'm saying. Because I got a conversation with Bohannon before this. From that point on, and they said my name. And they said my name. No. But he did try to tell me that I was recruiting. And then he asked me about the Christian kid again. And I'm like, at that point, I knew I was leaving. So I was like, I ain't supposed to remember what you got to say, but I recorded everything so I can use my hearing.
Mistakes are going
But
to
I don't
happen
know about the
as they
Christian
did
kid.
on that last drive.
And I ain't got nothing to do
Now,
with
how will they
what
respond,
the
Jesse?
rumors were.
And this is the kind of
That ain't me.
guy who's
That's
going to take
all
full
I'm saying.
accountability. That was my bad.
That's all
That's
I'm
on
saying.
me.
And
I'm
I
about
feel
to
y'all
lead
there,
this
but I didn't
offense
start
now
no
down
room.
the field
to
to
say
score
that
some
now.
points.
Yeah,
I wish I'd have
no,
played
I
with you.
got
I didn't play with many quarterbacks.
but I just want y'all to know that I didn't talk about y'all.
Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more,
Nah.
should have ran a better route.
And it's just been that kind of day for this
I'm sure
quarterback
you
and this
didn't, but I'm
offense,
saying
guys.
the
They've
boys
never been able
probably
to get
said
into a
that
rhythm
you
throwing
were
the football.
asking them if
Timing's
they
been off,
could do
accuracy
if
hasn't been great.
Coach
We've
Reggie
seen
was
some
trying to recruit
drops
them,
and
and
just
so by
not in
them
sync.
saying that,
That's why they
it
find
would have
themselves
made,
trailing
I'm
by a
sure it
lot
probably
right
would have
now.
made them saying that he was
Second down
recruiting
coming
them.
up.
And the boys could have said, I just talked to KP. I ain't talking to nobody but KP. Because that's who Ricky
Fast
brought me down
motion
there
from
for.
the offense.
And I, hey, man, what's going on? Are you staying? That's what I
Through
asked
the
him. Are you
air,
staying or are you
it's
going?
Tucker.
That's it. Well, I can tell y'all this, too.
Got his
If
man
I
all
really
by
wanted
himself.
Kevin, if I wanted
And
Kevin,
he's
I
running
could
in
get
the open.
If I
A
really
huge gain
wanted
on
Kevin.
that one before he ran
But I
out of
wasn't going to
bounds,
take
and
Kevin
he
away
has
from
the
his
first
city
down.
with 1 year left.
And what a huge play for the offense. Hitting that throw not
But
only is
what I
big
will
for their
tell y'all, though,
confidence, but it also
is I got
flips
this.
the field.
They say it's still a game of field
No, I got this,
position, and that last
you
one
know,
just flipped this, baby. They've got it first and 10 in the red zone. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, that's in the grabbing air. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
He got offers from everywhere.
In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
And Mike, you know it. I mean, Mike, you know him. I just
finding your groove, what you do well, and you can tell at least now starting to
on
get
the wild
here's
hog.
something going that maybe you can build on.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
That one bounced through
See, I
the
think
end zone, and it'll be
Yeah, I think I may know who you're talking about.
That's the 225, but he will take it. Yeah, no. But this motherfucker here, 6'3", motherfucker look like Derrick Henry.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the
And so he
2-minute
came in
warning.
from Houston. He came in on Wednesday. So he starts tomorrow.
From the gun, running back on the move.
So anyway, man, I just wanted y'all to know. Have a conversation about that man to clear the air so that y'all know. I ain't said nothing bad about Jones. And everything's clear out. We good, man. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I ain't starting no rumor. It wasn't me starting no rumor, brother. Just let you know that now. Yeah, no, we good, man. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm not stressed out. I can post on social media. I can advertise. So I'm good. And if she had a problem with social media, then why didn't she approach y'all with y'all?
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've
You know
got
what
it
I'm
up
saying?
to the 47-yard line.
You said something in the
There's
meeting
nothing more
there.
frustrating than when you get
He
late in the
said
game and you know they're running the football and
as
you
far
don't
as
stop.
folks we need to
It's
go
been that
through,
kind of day for this
there's
defense.
no
They
Cam.
haven't played well. They're going to
He
have to
said
go to the
we
well.
ain't
They're
putting
going
it
to have to
out
figure some
Cam.
things out. Practice this week, I can promise you,
some
it
of
will
that
not
he
be a lot of fun
approved
with these coaches.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Yeah, see what you
No mystery
want.
on
See,
that play. With the lead,
they're
we're going to run the
better
ball.
say they got
You know it's coming, and we are running
They trying
right
to
at you, right into
they're
the
following
teeth
us.
of the defense,
That's
and they're
what
still able to
come out
get a
with
nice game.
The
y'all
Buckeyes
ain't
have it with a
get y'all
first and
followers
10.
up. Y'all got, if you gonna post on your Facebook page, that's about them. Who gonna look at it? Forward City people, that ain't helping the kids out.
Running back searching for a hole.
And then when I
They'll
said,
pick up
y'all
4,
ain't even got no
2nd and
Twitter.
6 coming.
Then you really got mad.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that
That
they
was really
dreamed of.
good,
They're
man.
talking to the
Man.
coaches coming to the game.
I'm like, who we
they thought they had a
advertising?
good
People in
plan.
Forward
They'd be
City?
ready to attack and limit
So
some
I
of the
said, y'all
damage
ain't even
that
got no
some
Twitter
offenses done.
page.
They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some
So,
things out, because this wasn't a
no,
great
man.
Here's the handoff.
Y'all signed y'all contract yet?
Solid fundamentals on
No,
that tackle
I
from
ain't
this
signed mine.
freshman.
They supposed to come out on the
Called
5th.
there by the defense, desperate to get the
Well,
ball
Josh,
back
you won't get
and
voted in,
save
right?
as much time as possible.
Which is nice, because that's going to be there at my hearing. To the win.
This feels
To
like
19.
4-down territory, 3rd and short from the
That
40.
contract on the 5th, though. But you won't get yours until the 19th. Until you get voted in.
Try to pick it up on the ground.
So they can't say you was a coach until you voted in by the board.
And chunk plays are the name
That's
of the
another
game,
thing.
and they
That's right.
get one
I'm
here
gonna leave that
before
alone.
the
Yeah,
defense
yeah.
finally makes the stop.
I mean, you know, nah, I didn't let you understand, but I didn't go nowhere, no. I feel you, though. No, I know. I mean, you were dedicated. That's what I'm ready to know. I lost a lot of money, brother. I lost a lot of money, but I didn't blame you at all.
On the ground, it's
Really?
first and 10.
He's gone. See, I'm going to tell you, a lot of stuff that she was doing was because she was trying to, in other words, put Reggie in his place. And because she's such a dictator, and like, I already had heard the rumors about her before we even came there. And people were telling me about her, and they were like, you're going to find out on your own. Like, I already knew. And somebody that worked for the Department of Ed with my cousin had already told and was trying to tell my cousin to tell me don't go. Like, I already knew how she was. But I wanted to speak for myself because I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And, like, she was basically trying to put Reggie in his place. From the very first couple of weeks there, she was trying to put him in his place because everybody was excited and all this. She was trying to put him in his place. And she had already said that he got everybody looking at Forrest City now because of his social media. And she doesn't like that. And so basically, anything he was asking for, she was denying it, was on purpose. That I'm going to be honest. It was on purpose.
With the clock running, this should be the final play.
Her not voting you was to hurt him. And she was doing it on purpose. But now that he's gone, you should not have to talk
and
about
that's how you finish it off, scoring on the final play of the game. Doesn't affect the outcome, just a little cherry on top of the sundae.
And you knew this one was over
that too,
already.
but as that to be an emergency board to go ahead and vote you in because, you know, you should be going and after if they're going to retroact
they won the game today.
For
That's
being
2
there
in
for
a row.
each day
If they win the next one,
it's
it's called
school year,
a winning
because now you
streak.
still got
It's
a couple
been
weeks
done
left.
before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team
I'll
come
tell
to
you
fruition.
too,
You
man.
just get the
If
sense
you're
they're
still
finding
going
out
and
who
you ain't
they are,
been
what
voted
they're
in,
about,
you're
what
not
they're
getting no
gonna do
daily pay.
schematically, and who their big playmakers
Yeah.
are.
So they start daily pay jump back tomorrow, right? Yep. Yeah. Document they say, but I didn't say none of that too on that shit. To let you know, so it ain't no. I did this shit, and I went down there faithfully
So
with
that's
no
going to do
extra
it
money.
for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports.
You going tomorrow, you ain't getting paid. And she ain't even there. She ain't even in the office, she gone. Email her and DCP group. So they start daily pay tomorrow. You ain't getting nothing, brother. I'm gonna do it, but that's yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, DC Johnson, he's one that kept asking for you. I told that in my meeting, so it's all good, but it's all good.
But